Hello, my name is Lauren Odom, and today I will be interviewing Sonja Udovcic from Bosnia and comparing her life learning English to Joseph and his Esau case study. Hello, can you tell us a little about yourself? Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sonja Udovcic. I'm from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm 23 years old and I'm a volleyball player.
What else do you like to do for fun?
I like to go to park. I like to sleep, go out with friends.
That's nice. What's your favorite type of music?
I don't know, I used to listen a lot music from my country, and then when I came here, whatever is
Serbian music?
Yeah. And now I listen whatever is on radio. It's basically 10 same songs.
Yeah, I understand that. So, when did you first come to America?
First time I came here was 2011.
2011?
Yeah, I came here with a summer camp for English, and I spent 3 weeks in Miami.
That's
It was
awesome.
amazing.
So Sonja, when did you first start learning English?
I don't remember, but I know it was early after my kindergarten when I started going to school, because my parents wanted me to learn English so eventually I can leave my country and go somewhere to study. So around 6.
6? Okay. Do you remember like if it was hard for you or easy at that time?
It was fun because everything we learned was through games, like memory games with animals, numbers, colors. So it was really fun and interesting, which I really liked.
Oh, that's good. So you speak English, and your sister, does she speak English? What about your parents?
My sister does, because English is required in middle school and high school. So basically everyone needs to learn how to speak English. But it also depends from person to person, because a lot of people just go to class and do 45 minutes of class and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But how much you study after that, that's how much you really want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents, they're trying. My mom is taking some courses because she wants to come here for my graduation, so she doesn't want to be one who doesn't know to speak when she comes here. And my dad, he is like more a fun person who can like speak with arms and like more than words, so
expression.
he can, yeah.
That's great. So what do you think you struggle with most with English, and what are you good at? What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Well, first time I came here, I was focused on how I'm gonna say words, is it proper grammar and everything, because when we started learning English in my country, we
It was all about grammar?
focused on grammar more than anything else. So vocabulary and everything was small, but we all knew how to put words by order and how to say proper in the past,
So,
future.
when you came here, did you realize that most Americans don't speak with proper English?
Yeah, I realized that, and that was the point when I started just talking, saying words, even if I don't know how to say it, I would be like, maybe it's this, and then people who are from here, they would say the word proper, and that's how I made
How
my
you learn.
vocabulary
Mhm.
bigger.
That's great. So the last thing I'm going to wrap up with is, what could have helped you learning English here? What could your teachers have done a better job with what you struggled with the most?
Definitely writing essays is the biggest struggle for me, because for example, articles, we don't have that in my language, the and that is still my biggest struggle, because when I write essays, I don't put them in, and words have different meanings. And
So your sentences, you leave out the and
Yes.
a, like,
and I think some professors could work more on working with people who are not from America, to write essays with them, to have some extra hours for that, to explain them what should they write, or how to form sentences, or even if they don't use big words, to make essay more effective.
Yeah, a lot of the teachers here, I think, just kind of give you the assignment, right, and expect you just kind of do it on your own, when really a lot of people like you who have English as a second language, it's hard to form those essays when you're struggling with comprehending just the basic instructions of what it's asking.
Yeah, and especially because people who are not from here doesn't write essays a lot. We had maybe 1 or 2 essays per year when I was in middle school, and then maybe 1 or 2 during my high school, which is like really small amount of essays for someone to come here and pick a topic, which is like something we never did before, because we come to class and they give us a topic, like pick some of 3. Now we need to know a lot about topic, and it need to be more professional because we're in college. So I think they need to understand more how to approach the people who are on college level, but not really with writing essays.
I agree. Okay, so now what I'm going to have you do, if you don't mind, is we're going to do a fluency probe around your grade level, and we're going to see how you do, okay?
Writing?
So what's going to happen is, if you can open your iPad.
Okay.
When I press the timer on the phone, you're going to read as much as you can of that paragraph to me in 1 minute, and I'm going to have the same article on you can't start reading it yet, on my iPad, and I'm going to see how you do with this fluency probe. You have about a minute. I'm going to tell you when to go, and you're just going to read as you would to me, and I'm going to see how you do. So, okay, Sonja, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and start.
Okay. Folding paper for peace. Everyday people use paper. We write on it and read from it. We use it in books, newspapers, magazines, and letters. It would seem that the uses for paper are nearly endless. Back in the 1950s, a young girl named Sadako Sasaki even used paper as a means of hope and inspiration. Sadako was 2 when she was exposed to deadly radiation from the atom bomb dropped on Hiroshima in World War II. At first, she seemed fine, but as the years progressed, she became sick from the effects of the bomb. When she was in 6th grade, Sadako was diagnosed with leukemia. In the hope of helping in her recovery, she set about to make 1,000 paper crayons. Every day she folded paper into tiny crayons, believing that they would somehow help her recover. Unfortunately, after fighting against the disease for 8 months, Sadako died on October 25th, 1955. This, however...
So that was a minute. How do you think you did?
It was slow because it was first time reading, and...
You did very well.
Yeah.
For reading that for the first time. You had only 2 mistakes with saying cranes and crayons, and an R, and 1955 and 1955. It's the same thing. So overall, you did very well. Your reading pace is a little slower than most, but you did very well for reading it for the first time. So a lot of people would have been on the same pace as you did. Thank you again, Sonja, for coming in and telling us about yourself and your experiences with learning English. We very much appreciate it.
Thank you.